much. And you have done it.
We're on.
Mr. Crow, you're the appointed. You ready? Okay. Good evening, everyone. The Tuscaloosa City Council will now come to order. If everyone would please stand for our council prayer and then remain standing for our Pledge of Allegiance. Let's bow our heads, please. Dear God, bless our proceedings tonight. Give us the wisdom to know what is just and the strength to do what is right. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Approval of the minutes?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes. Voting, Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Minutes stand approved. Proclamation statements by mayor and council. First up tonight, we have a good friend of all of ours, a former colleague of mine, someone that I respect and appreciate, Miss Lisa Maddox. Miss Maddox, would you please come forward? I know that you're here. There you are. They told me you were here, so I knew you were. Come on up. If you're in Miss Maddox's entourage, you have to. And as you know, this is my favorite cousin.
Yeah.
We talk about this all the time, and we've been but truly friends for a long time. And I can say this without any reservation: a servant's heart.
That's
and
right.
It really goes to the proclamation that I'll be reading in the record tonight. So, whereas child abuse and neglect affects children of every age, race, and income level, and can have a profound impact on a child's life. Whereas research shows that a history of child abuse or neglect is associated with adverse health and mental health outcomes, children and families and those negative effects can last a lifetime. Whereas long-term child abuse or neglect has been linked to the increased risk of alcohol and substance abuse, likelihood of criminal behavior, health issues such as heart disease and obesity, learning disabilities, and domestic violence. And whereas preventing child abuse and neglect is a common problem that requires community involvement, effective child abuse prevention programs succeed when agencies, faith groups, businesses, and schools work together to ensure that every child can grow up in a secure and loving environment. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Walt Maddox, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim April 2024 as Child Abuse Prevention Month in Tuscaloosa and encourage citizens to become involved in community efforts to protect our children from abuse and neglect. And I know, Ms. Maddox, you have many partners that are here tonight with you, and so I'd like to present this to you on behalf of City Council and ask that you recognize your partners that are here as well, because it certainly takes a community involvement. Thank you.
Good
Let's give her a
evening.
round of applause.
Like the mayor said, this is a community effort, so it takes all of us to help make the family whole again. And it's just not one agency. It's 26 United Way agencies that come together to make our families better. And so I have with me, I have Child Development Resource Center. I need to leave the center off.
That's
Right.
all right.
Okay.
Child Development Resources.
And then UCP. And I have with us our Director of Alabama Department of Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the blue lights. Thank you for the pinwheels. Thank you for the proclamation. Thank you for the support. And just remember, April is the month of recognizing it, but abuse happens the other 11 months out of the year. Okay.
Is there anything else the community can do to help all of you? Because I mean, it's so tragic. It's almost abhorrent to any sort of human values, but yet it occurs. Anything that the city council or the community can do to help you? Don't be shy.
Money person, because as the director of the Alabama Department of Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention, commonly known as Children's Trust Fund in Alabama, we are a standalone state agency. So I always see it as my job is to increase funding so that we can get it back out to the community. So Mayor Maddox, you know, I always say you can't do more with less. So if there's any way that you can provide additional funding or funding opportunities, or just reach out as council people to get people involved and aware. Because we like to say prevention happens in partnership. It takes all of us working together. So
Thank you all for what you do every day.
Thank you.
second tonight, and really the second and third, is in recognition of our community and neighborhood services and what that department does across Tuscaloosa. So I'm going to ask Mr. LaPerry Howell to come forward, and as you see, Mr. Howell is the best dressed man at City Hall. It's not even close. Everybody competes for second place at City Hall. But even better than his threads is the job that he does for the people of Tuscaloosa and that his department does for the people of Tuscaloosa. So I have two proclamations that I'm going to present to Mr. Howell tonight. First is regarding Fair Housing Month, and this marks the 56th anniversary of the passage of the Fair Housing Act of 1968, which sought to eliminate housing discrimination and increase housing opportunities. And the second is Community Development Recognition Week, National Community Development Recognition Week in Tuscaloosa. And as you know, that our city, both through home funds and CDBG funding, is able to make an appreciable difference in the lives of so many, especially those that are in underserved communities. Mr. Howell's department is the tip of the spear for the city of Tuscaloosa. I can't say enough nice things about him, but I will repeat a story that you know. Is a couple years ago, a constituent had an issue of, actually it wasn't a constituent, it's someone that lived outside the city, had an issue within their mobile home that their air conditioning didn't work in the middle of summer. And they could find no resources to be able to deal with the stifling heat. This man, out of his own pocket, bought an air conditioning unit because there was no help to be found. That's not the first time that he's done that. He's somebody that I truly enjoy working with on a daily basis. And so please help welcome me, and as I present both of these proclamations to Mr. Howell and ask him to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say thank you, Mayor and City Councilman, for your continued dedication for our community and planning and development programs. It's not an easy task. We have several agencies that actually provide this on-ground service for us, such as Temporary Emergency Services, Tuscaloosa Housing Authority, Big Brothers Big Sisters, just to name a few, and also in-house the Tuscaloosa Fire and Rescue with our CDBG CV funding. In regards to our Fair Housing Month, thank you for continuing to support us as we continue to alleviate barriers to affordable housing, and also not only affordable housing, but promoting and educating our citizens on fair housing and discrimination when it comes to either renting, selling, or purchasing a home. We will have, in support of the Fair Housing Month and also the National Community Development Week, we will be having a fair housing awareness event on April 25th from 5:30 to 7:30. You'll get more information in regards to that. It will be held at the Tuscaloosa River Market. But as time draws near, we will be letting you all know. But again, thank you all.
Thank you so much, LaPerry.
Clerk, do we have any agenda item comments by citizens?
No, sir.
Okay, and we have no unfinished business. Consent agenda, clerk.
This approves items A through C on the consent agenda.
So moved. Second?
It's been moved and second to adopt the consent agenda. Voting, Mr. Lanier.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Consent agenda is adopted. Public hearings, clerk.
This orders demolition of the structure at 3256 30th Street.
Motion.
Second?
It's been moved and second. Mr. Williams.
Mr. Mayor, City Council, this is for the condemnation of 3256 30th Street, the main structure and all accessory buildings. Condemned March 14th, 2023, this property has 45 housing code violations. The property is in the area of the West End Revitalization Program authorized by Mayor Maddox. The owner has been contacted, is aware of this hearing. The owner is aware that if it's condemned and demolished, the cost of demolition will be charged back to the owner. The owner is here to represent the property.
Okay, if the owner would come forward and please give your name and address.
Hello.
Good evening.
My name is Darrell Brown. This is my wife, Sheila Ryan Brown. We live at 2808 Sunset Drive, Northeast Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We're here to represent for my son, Dietrich Lawson Brown. He lives in Atlanta, Georgia. He graduated from Central High School with Councilman Wilson.
That's right.
Graduated from the University of Alabama. He have purchased several properties in the city, but on this particular property, it's been delayed mainly because our daughter was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and it just kind of put us, the last 3 months been rough, be honest with you. So we had to ask the council to give us at least 30 days. We started, actually today with a new roof, and Friday and Saturday they should be putting it on. So I'm here to stand in for my son to ask for an extension of 30 to 60 days to finish it.
Virgil, I think we talked about 60 days.
60 days.
I recommended 60 days, let them get started on
Okay.
the repairs.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we table for 60 days.
Been moved and second, table for 60 days. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone here wishing to speak for or against? Seeing none, voting to table for 60 days, Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Table
Thank
for
you so
60
much.
days, and God be with your daughter.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
This orders demolition of the structure at 2645 25th Street.
So move.
Second.
It's been moved and second, Mr. Williams.
This is for the condemnation of 2645 25th Street, condemned July the 8th, 2022. Property has 44 housing code violations. The owner and/or the representative has been contacted and are aware of this hearing. The owner is aware that if it's condemned by the city and the council, that the cost of demolition will be charged back to the owner. The owner has pulled a permit on January 30th, 2023, but no inspections have been done to date. The owner is here to represent his property.
Okay.
Okay, any questions of Mr. Williams? If the owner would come forward and.
I have a question. It was
Yes, sir.
condemned coming up on 2 years ago? And
Yes.
the construction permit
So,
was pulled
the
in
property
January
was-
of 23, 15 months ago? What?
Yeah. So the property was condemned. This gentleman purchased the property after it was condemned and gave us a plan of action, so we held it from coming to y'all. During the time, he had tried to sell it, and he had some issues. Of course, that was during the COVID, and he had gotten sick. So we just held it off from y'all for a while. That's where we're at right now.
All right,
So,
thank you.
If the owner would come forward and please give your name and address.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Jeremy Dyer. My address is 1508 29th Avenue, Northport, Alabama, 35476. I did buy the property after it was condemned, and I was in the process of doing renovations, getting it ready to rent. I was planning on renting it out as a rental property. That was up until around, I would say, mid to late of last year, around August. I broke my back in the middle of doing repairs on this property and another property. So I had to heal from that. I didn't have the liquid funds to have a company come out and do all the repairs because I normally do all of them myself. So I ended up selling all of my other houses, and I've gathered together about, I would say, $40,000 to $45,000 now. And I actually have proposals here that I've been working on for the past. We closed on the houses on February 1st of this year. So up until then, I didn't have the liquid assets, but now I do, and I actually have been working over the past couple months to get proposals, which I have several here from places like Isbell Services and things like that, to get vinyl siding windows and do the repair of the fascia board and things like that, so that at least the outside would be taken care of. Now, the inside is what I had been working on previously, but then we swapped to the outside, and then that's when I hurt my back, and I wasn't able to do any more repairs at that time. So I'm still in the process of doing those repairs, and I actually have companies lined up to be able to do this work for me. The only thing I just need is a little more time.
Virgil, how long did you talk about?
60 days on this one as well.
I so move that we give him 60 days.
Second.
It's been moved and second for 60 days. Anybody here wish to speak for or against?
How's your back?
I'm sorry?
How's your back?
It's much better now. 2 rounds of injections and lots of intense physical therapy. So, but we're good to go now on that part. My body's telling me I'm not as young as I used to be.
Good luck.
But thank you. Appreciate it.
Voting for 60 days, Mr. Lanier.
Yes.
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 Demolition's tabled for 60 days. Thank you. Clerk.
This approves an increase to the occupancy limit for jalapenos downtown.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and second. It wouldn't be a council meeting without Mr. Mills Kick us off.
Good evening, Mayor Don't and forget Council. Brandon.
That's right.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is ABC Alcohol Application 24-035 for Jalapenos Downtown. They're applying for increased occupancy. This is the address at 405 23rd Avenue. The hours of operation Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m., Friday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10:30 p.m., Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The second picture shows the area view of the location. It's highlighted in red. The next picture shows the occupancy of buildings surrounding. Again, the building is highlighted in red. This particular applicant was voted on by Public Safety to move forward to you guys for City Council for your approval. All my reports have been filed with the City Clerk Office. Officer Champion will give his report, followed by the applicant to answer any questions.
Okay. Officer Champion.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Evening.
For listed address for last year, we have no incidents, and Police Department doesn't have any objections to the application.
If the applicant is here, if you would, please come forward and give your name and address. Justin, that is the best, man, that is, I love it, man, I love it. I'm sorry, please give your name and address.
Justin Grimble, 11164 Persinger Circle, Northport, Alabama, 35475.
Giovanni Gomez, 13245 Chamberlain Road, Northport, Alabama.
Any questions or?
Normally, we ask if y'all have any experience in this sort.
Only 21 years.
Any other questions? Thank you, guys, and good luck.
Thank you.
This is a public hearing. Is there anyone here wishing to speak for or against? Seeing none, voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and I want to thank you for running the quality establishments you do here.
Thank you, Mr. Council.
Yes.
Good luck, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Resolution and ordinances not of a general nature or permanent operation. Clerk.
This approves a less than 7 days special events retail license for ATO's The Farm event on April 2nd.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and second, Mr. Mills.
All right, Mayor and Council, this is ABC Alcohol Application 24-036 for Downtown Entertainment LLC, DBA ATL The Farm for 2024. They're applying for a special retail less than 7 days at 2301 Joe Malishon Parkway. The first picture shows the area view of the proposed location. All my reports have been filed with the City Clerk Office. Officer Champion will give his report, followed by the applicant to answer any questions you have.
Officer Champion.
There's no instance within the last year for the listed location. The Police Department doesn't have any objections to the applicant.
Mr. Hanks, if you would, please come forward and give your name and address.
Brandon Hanks, Downtown Entertainment, 504 Alman Avenue, Tuscaloosa, 35401.
Any questions for the applicant?
Brandon, I'm going to vote yes in just a minute. But I want you to understand it's conditional. And give me your word that the ATOs will display the Gauntlet Championship Trophy at the party.
That's a definite
We're
guarantee.
good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Any other demands of Mr. Hanks?
Where we at here now?
Okay.
And I've got a
Voting
nephew who needs a bid.
Voting Mr. Lanier.
Yes.
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 Application's approved. Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Clerk.
This authorizes a professional services contract with Paladin Drones Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This will authorize a minor public works contract with Straight Line Fence LLC.
Motion. Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Lanier.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This authorizes a professional services contract with OCV LLC.
So moved. Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This will authorize a minor public works contract with Patrick Allen Companies.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Lanier.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This authorizes a contract with LP Services Lawn Care LLC.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This will declare sole source and authorize a contract with United Systems and Software Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second by Mr. Lanier.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This will authorize a minor public works contract with Duke's Rooted in Innovation.
So moved.
Moved and second by Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This authorizes a disbursement from District 7 improvement funds.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and second by Mr. Lanier.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Ordinances and resolutions of a general nature or permanent operation for introduction. Clerk.
This authorizes Amendment Number 11 to the fiscal year 24 general fund budget.
Motion.
Second.
Moved and second by Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 All for unanimous consent.
Second.
Moved and second by Mr. Lanier.
Yes.
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 Budget amendment is adopted. Auditing accounts.
This authorizes the payment of bills.
Pay Kip's bill.
Thank you, bills.
Moved and second, voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Bills are paid. Citizens' comments and other communication. Any citizens wish to address their city council tonight? Please, if you would, come forward and give your name and address.
My name is Aaron Rack, 505 Devotee Drive, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, 35401. Good evening. My name is Aaron Rack, and I'm a freshman engineering student at the University of Alabama. I'm speaking to tell you about my experiences during my first semester. They were not very good in any sense of the word. However, now that these events have passed, I want to be an active agent of change and be an active voice in making sure that what my roommates did to me last semester won't be able to be done to anybody else, or at the very least, make it a hell of a lot harder. Sum my story up real fast and sum it up a real good bit. It all started moving when Watson Kurth, my new roommate, showed me his secret social media account of him beating people up. There being numerous videos of him doing this, in addition to his insistence of him being in a gang supported by his crown tattoo on his chest, which was gang insignia, immediately put me at a sense of discomfort and dis-ease that my semester is going to be a kind of an odd one. This was all the way back in August, and my story began a steep decline from there on out. From stealing my car, attacking me constantly, holding me against my will, threats to break down my door if I don't comply with their demands, extortion of me, and their assault of me. They tried to make my life as uncomfortable and as painful as possible. What's more is the fact that these two bad actors, Watson Kurth and A.J. Hay, continued to do this and became more brazen and obvious in their attacks against me as the semester progressed. What originally started as attacks against me in a private setting quickly escalated into them with friends, all the way up to them posting videos of assaulting me on social media. Even with Watson threatening to beat my door down and knife me with his pledge brothers if I did not cave in to their desires. During the winter break, Watson Kurth and A.J. Hay continued spreading this video across every media platform they could. And A.J. Hay even attempted to organize a jumping of me when I was to return to the campus in January 2024. I found out about this when a third party called me worried about my safety, and they sent me the video they've been circulating this whole time. After this, I decided it was imperative for my safety to reach out to the university to remedy this. University's decision was swift and decisive, but their decision was a wake-up call. You know, what I went through wasn't only just bad, it was bad to the point of impeding on my safety because they had me live in an emergency dorm for the first half of January until both of them got evicted from the dorm. With then, I was able to move back safely. So that was getting them out. He was arrested for his assault on me on January 18th, 2024. However, even after this, their hatred of me and their failure to be sorry for their mistreatment of me was shown when both AJ and Watson were still gloating about it on social media and showing that they were still proud of their actions and that I deserved it. While this experience of mine is not one I'd like to undergo again, I would like to use my experience to help other people out and make it harder for these bad actors to do this to another victim again. We need to send a strong and clear message that these types of crimes are not tolerated here or anywhere. With this, I sincerely ask that you consider these facts and additional information, which I'll be more than happy to provide with you all, so that I may have an ability to raise awareness for this kind of crimes, roommate crimes, and raise awareness for what I had to go through last semester. By telling my story to as many people as I can, I hope that a lot more people will be able to know, yeah, we have a lot of bad actors, and what's more important is how do we deal with them? How do we get them out and make our lives better in legal ways? If not my immediate goal for the next few years, fighting for the pursuit of justice against these enemies of society could be a lifelong goal. I hope that making sure these bad people having a way of being held accountable and the victims of these crimes I was subjected to know that there's accountability they may seek. And I hope that if they find that out, that's great. And if I'm able to help anyone out, even just one person, then I'll be able to rest better at night knowing that I did the right thing. That concludes my comment.
Thank you. I think it's very courageous of you to come up here and talk about this. But it happened on campus?
Yes, it happened on campus.
How long before it was happening did you report it?
So it happened, right? But I did not report it until late December 2023 to a bunch of professors. They sent it up their chain of command.
Okay.
And then it got to UAPD. It got to student care and well-being, and it's gotten to all the UA offices out there. And, but yeah, so that's when I report it. But he assaulted me on December 4th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, I appreciate you coming and letting us know about that.
Yeah, I'm glad I could share this with you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Subject to the exercise of mayoral veto and ordinances of a general nature or permanent operation, all applicable departments are hereby ordered to otherwise implement council policy this day enacted. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second to adjourn. Voting, Mr. Lanier.
Yes.
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 Meeting's adjourned.